Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I am Evil Mike, or just Mike if you prefer, and I got a little haul for you and some stories and some other stuff. So I did go out over the weekend. I just didn't film it. I didn't have the opportunity, so I'm doing it right now. I went to a couple antique stores, a couple thrift shops, and a comic shop. In this little video, I'm gonna show you what I got at the bookstores and comic stores and stuff like that, and then I'll show you some other stuff that I was actually given from my brother. Me and my brother have not seen each other in a long time, so we're kind of giving each other gifts, like making up for birthday presents and stuff like that. But so let's get into some of that. My brother, the first thing he got me is something I've been wanting for a while. I've been trying to get my brother, my roommate, and me back into D&D. I've played it a bunch, but it's been a while, like maybe 15 years. I think the last time my brother actually played D&D was when he was a kid, and I don't think our roommate, which his name is Steven, I don't think he's ever played D&D. I've been wanting to play board games for years, but in Houston I was by myself, and I had friends, but just they weren't board game kind of people. But since I've moved here to Colorado and been with my brother, and it's actually his best friend, our roommate Steven, we've actually been starting to play board games and stuff like that. At first it was like basic Monopoly, Clue, Sorry, Life, you know, the good old stuff. I'm kind of more interested in the independent board games, you know, stuff that you're not going to find at Walmart, Target, that kind of stuff. Target's getting a little better, but so one of the games I've been wanting to play is Dungeons and Dragons. So my brother did go out and get a starter pack. It's just like a simple campaign, some dice and some sheets for you and your friends to get, you know, going in the game. Most people know I'm not a super huge sports fan. I don't even know a lot about sports. And I do that on purpose. I was big into sports growing up. I played a lot of sports. And just over the years, I just got burned out on it. There's too many things. But I can say the nostalgic factor is still there. I've been collecting cards my whole life, just like comics, and I did collect sports cards growing up. I still buy sports cards just for the collecting factor if I can't get a hold of any kind of comic cards or Pokemon cards or something like that. But I've always liked cards. But so my brother got me some like random cards. They are a little beat up, but they're still pretty cool cards. He got me it is I think it's let me read it right, a Flair Showcase, and it says Passion. I don't know what that is, but it's a Tracy McGrady from the Toronto Raptors. Tracy McGrady played for the Houston Rockets, so that's why my brother had grabbed it. My brother is a huge Houston anything fan. Houston Texas, Houston Rockets, Houston Astros. Another really cool card that was big in my wheelhouse, one of my favorite players growing up, but on the Chicago Bulls, we got Scottie Pippen. Again, it's another beat up card. It's got like, you know, some color break here, which is really the only problem with this card. But like I was telling my brother, a bunch of these can be like pressed and, you know, to some degree. Like this color break, it's not going to press out. But that other card, actually I can press that one pretty clean and easy. And, next up is a big character in my life. He's actually my favorite Pokemon. I actually have a tattoo of this guy on my back. That's how much I love this guy. But my brother got me a Gengar EX card. I actually have like the big version of this card that came with like one of the packs or whatever, but this is the actual like playing card. So I thought that was pretty dope. It is the first ever like Gengar EX that they came out with. Now it's been years later, but it was still pretty dope, you know, to get. So that's the little cards and the game he got me. He got me a couple other things. A big figure that I grew up with, one of my favorite Batman bad guys, and nowadays he's not really a bad guy anymore. But from Batman the animated series, 1992, Kenner, he got me a Man-Bat. And he was trying to be funny, but he drew like a goatee to match, you know, mine. Yeah, I'm not complaining. It looks good with the goatee, right? I'm not gonna say nothing about a goatee, you know. And my brother was known for a long time, and for the longest time it didn't make any sense to him, and now it does. Like, you know, 30 years later, now that this character is getting immensely popular. But I, from the beginning, like I want to say since Empire Strikes Back, have loved this character. He's my favorite character in Star Wars, hands down. And it was the whole mystery behind him, and the fact that he was the one person that Darth Vader was scared of. Come on, man. But he got me a Lego, is a Gen 1 Lego Boba Fett. He actually has his backpack. He actually has his Wookiee like strands right here, and then he actually has his cape on this side. The only thing that he was missing was the gun, but I mean, it's still pretty cool to have. I don't really have I do have Lego figures, but all mine were Batman pretty much, or just regular Lego minifigures. So I was pretty ecstatic to get both of these. When I saw this was a big toy that I played with growing up. It was one of the ones that came out of the box, and I had multiples of them. But so I was pretty ecstatic to get both those. Okay, so that's all the little stuff my brother has given me, which is pretty cool. These are some stuff that I found at a thrift store and a comic shop. This is kind of like my backup comic shop that I've been going to. So much that this guy doesn't even have an online presence. He doesn't want to. I don't even recommend this store because I've heard so many things about this guy. I don't have that experience with this guy. Every time I've gone to this guy's store, he's been open and nice, but I have had several different people tell me to be careful with the store, that he's real mean, that he kicks people out. This is probably like my 6th or 7th time I've been to the store, and every time I go in there I seem to find gold. So I am not complaining. I end up getting, I need a bookmark very bad. For some reason, I was kind of dumb and all my bookmarks are back home. I know bookmarks, that they didn't, it doesn't sound like anything major, but when you read a lot, I need bookmarks. But incidentally, it happened to be one of my favorite comics from 2021, Barbaric, Axe to Grind. I got this cool little, bookmark, so I'm definitely in love with that thing. I'm going to set what I got at the thrift store, and I'll show you a couple new pickups. I've been picking this book up for my brother. I am a Venom fan, but I haven't really been reading them. I was reading like right after, well, I read all King of Black and right after King of Black, but it was in between where I was like moving here to Colorado, so I kind of missed up on the two newest like Venom series. My brother has been steadily excited for the different Venom covers, so I've been picking them up. So I went ahead. I think the first one I picked up was 4, and I have 5 and 6 now. I've been picking up. So I was like, hey, let me see if I can find previous, and I did find issue number 3. I got 2 other new books, and this book comes from. I was gonna pass on this book altogether, but thanks to circumstance and his badass A-OK that he gave me the first issue of Twig. So now I'm on the hunt trying to get all the other issues that have been out. So I was lucky enough to find issue number 2. I don't care what covers, I just want to read the book. It's gotten a lot of praise, and for good reason. I mean, we're talking about Scotty Young and Kyler. What is it again? Kyler Stray. That's what. Okay, the very last thing, and I think this is a first for me. I've gotten like fake ash cans before, but I've never gotten a real ash can from a comic book store. I didn't even know I was supposed to look for them or blah blah blah. But this comic, I did end up getting this comic. I wasn't too happy with the cover that I got because it was a blank sketch variant. It's not the worst things. I mean, I still got the comic and the number 1 issue, which I was afraid I was going to miss out on. But I ended up getting the ash can from, Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids from Dynamite. It is the number 1. It is the whole same exact comic. It's just the ash can. I'm not even sure if he charged me for this because it doesn't have a price tag on it or anything. It just says it just says, please take it to the cashier and ask them for pricing. But when I looked at the receipt, I couldn't find, if he had charged me for that, so I might have got it for free. Either way, I wanted to pay for it, so if I did get it for free, hey, cool. This is the cool thing that I got for free, and I'm super excited about it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so last but not least, I think this was a thrift store and, slash an antique store. It was half-half. And I was kind of disappointed because most everything was really, really antique and out of my price range. And finally, I walked around a corner and it was leading to the thrift store, and they had a whole bunch of comics. I was so surprised. But they did have some cool little sets and different comics. So I grabbed just 2 comics. I grabbed this one because I'm a huge Batman fan. I don't have it here, so I was like, screw it. I'm not gonna pass it up for $1.50. I don't really see anything wrong with it. Maybe it's got a little bend, but there's no color break. It's just warped from maybe sitting in a, standing up in a comic bin for so long. But as far as there being anything wrong with the book, I've opened it up, and for $1.50, I'm gonna take that all day. Batman and the Breaking of the Bat with Bane. It's one of my favorite story arcs of Batman. Next up, I'm a huge Predator, Aliens fan. I've always been a huge horror fan, but specifically action horror, that kind of thing. But two of my favorite franchises of all time, Aliens and Predator. Movie wise and stuff like that, they have not been up to par for a couple years, but I hope Disney's about to change some of that with Prey coming out August 5th. I've heard nothing but good things. I'm super excited about it. So I try and pick up anything, Aliens, Predator. I mean, I wasn't allowed to read this stuff growing up. I had to sneak it in. It was at that, age 17 marker when I was growing up. But I ended up getting Predator Cold War. It is the whole series 1 through 4. I picked it up for like $5, and I don't even think they charged me that. I think it was like $2.50 because it was like a half off day or something. But I did happen to open these up, and all these are pristine, clean conditions. I think number 3 is the really cool cover. But hey, that's everything I got that I picked up over the weekend. And that's pretty much all I got. I did do a lot of reading this weekend, but the reason I didn't do any reviews is because the reading was mainly Marvel, DC, that kind of thing. If you have any questions or anything about anything that I've pulled and read, or have any recommendations on a review, let me know. Other than that, I do have some reviews coming. It's I know I have The Closet issue 2, and I have a couple others. I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank. But that's all I got for you. I want to keep this kind of short. I hope everybody is having a great Monday, a great start to a long week. For me, it is a big new comic book day coming up. I know a lot of people have said it's going to be a small one. Not for me. It's going to be. I think it's going to be my first comic book haul over 20. I think so. That's a significant thing. I think I've been here 2 months in Colorado, and that has not happened yet. But hey, y'all have a great the rest of the week. Please like, comment, subscribe. That helps this guy eat so much. Lets them YouTube people that I'm doing something right. But hey, thanks. I'll let y'all go. See you later. Bye.